I want to show you how to trick our dahlias to bloom much earlier for us. I'll show you what's up with our dahlias from last year, and quickly we'll go to the forest to forage for wild garlic. Hi, I'm Michaela and I grow cut flowers in Romania, zone 6B, right in my backyard. If you've ever seen a dahlia, I'm sure you cannot unsee it. It's a big, showy, perfect flower. And if you grow your own dahlias in your backyard, I'm sure you've noticed how productive they are. Each dahlia plant gives us dozens of perfect flowers. And of course, the more we cut them, the more they bloom for us. They are amazing, but as it is with everything in life, they have their downside. The dahlias are super great, super productive, but they bloom very late in the season. For me, I never had a dahlia bloom before the 20th of September. Most of my dahlias bloom in October because my temperature in the first 2 months of September, it's like 30 to 33 degrees Celsius or upper 80s in Fahrenheit, and the dahlias like cooler temperatures to bloom, so it's not their fault. Rest assured, if you are living in a more temperate zone, with this method of waking up the dahlias, you will have your first dahlia blooms in July. Then you'll have a rest in August because really it is hot, and starting September you'll have dozens and dozens of amazing blooms. I am the only one who has to wait until September 25th to get some first dahlias. However, I keep trying to make them bloom earlier. And in order to get earlier blooms, we need the dahlias to wake up and do their thing earlier in the season. So at least in my area, which is zone 6A, we can't put the dahlias out before May 1st or even May 15th. So my trick is to wake up the dahlia tubers first in the warmth of the house in February, March instead of May. Dahlias grow from tubers. This year I swore to myself, just like the last time, that I'm not gonna buy any new dahlias. However, look what I found in my hardware shop. This is Dahlia, Joey, Joshua. They are all named after a Belgian enthusiast named Joseph something, hence Joey. They are very good for bouquets. Dahlia Blue Boy. I can't wait to have a lavender dahlia for my autumn bouquets. Dahlia Princess Elizabeth. Just look at this amazing color. These pompon dahlias are the best for bouquets because they last up to 7 days. Dahlia Arabian Nights, another classic. It's a dinner plate dahlia which can last in the vase up to 5 days. I'm very curious how it will do in our hot temperatures. I saw on YouTube that some farmers have great success with it, and for others it doesn't like the hot at all. The secret with waking the dahlia tubers is that we place them now in moist soil and we leave them like this for a couple of weeks, maybe a month, until the new shoots appear. We do not water all this time because dahlia tubers are very susceptible to rot. After sprouting, we will of course water the plants, but not before. We loosen up the soil. Look, I found a stick in it. We add in some water. Mix it all up. And add more water if needed. Until when we grab the soil, it forms a clump. But make sure it doesn't leak lots of water when you squeeze it, okay? And this is how you know you've got the right texture. You can use a large tray or a few pots. I'm simply using a container which was lying on my terrace. I simply take out the tuber. I check so that it is okay. And I simply lay it flat on the soil. Ta-da! Like this. Very important, place the label before we forget it. Princess Elizabeth. A much larger tuber. The larger the tuber, the higher the price. This one was €1, this one was €5. You can tell the difference. And look, here's one eye. And here's the other eye. This is where the young plants will shoot up from. We place it gently on the potting soil. And of course we remember the label. This medium from the bag is very good. I think it's cocoa coir. We're not throwing it away. We're gonna reuse it for another project. Arabian Nights, the Dahlia Princess. This tuber is also big. Let's inspect it with a closer look. Everything looks fine. This dahlia also has an eye. Can you see it? Here. We lay it horizontally in the container and the label. Joey Joshua. It was €2. One eye here. Yoo-hoo! And the second one here. Even better. Let's put you on the soil mattress. Of course, add the label. And look how pretty they all are together, nicely tucked in the container. We cover them with a little more soil, and that is it. We don't even have to cover them completely. It's just a little precaution so they don't dry out and they don't rot. They are very fussy. I am placing them under the couch and I'm not checking on them for a few weeks. Actually, there's something else under the couch that I want you to see right now. Wait a second. Ta-da! These are my own tubers from last year. I saved them in the autumn. I stored them in the basement and I put them to wake up a month ago. Let's see if they did wake up. Let's take a closer look. Pineland Princess, she bloomed for me last year only in October. Ta-da! A new plant is sprouting from here. Cactus romantic. Here! I hope you can see the eye clearly. Pom Pom Palmares. Ha ha ha, this one has an eye too. If this is your first time growing dahlias, I must warn you that in the autumn, after the first frosts, when all the dahlia blooms are done, you will have to dig the tubers out of the ground and store them in a cool, dark place. And that's because the tubers are so sensitive, just like I told you. As soon as the new dahlia leaves appear, we place them under grow lights and we grow them indoors in the warmth of the house till they are big enough, and on the 1st of May or 15th of May we can transplant them out. We are weeks and weeks ahead of the time. If you've got other growing conditions like very big south-facing windows or a glass house or a cold frame, you don't need the grow lights. But for me, it's the only way. Enough about these fussy dahlia tubers. Let's go quickly to the forest, see live what's in bloom right now, and to forage some wild garlic. Click here to see our dahlias from last year and another 100 different blooms from our garden all year long.